Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take sources, dig into them, and pull out the key knowledge you need nice and fast. Today, we're looking at the really extensive career of Peter C. Safi, our main source. His resume, which is packed with detail.
Yeah, and our mission here is more than just listing jobs. We want to, understand the story behind this career. Someone who's been right in the mix of AI, media, entertainment, tech, these huge shifts. We're trying to map out the key moments, the pivots, the big wins that shaped his path.
Absolutely. I mean, even just glancing at it, you see such a wide range, high stakes, legal work, leading tech startups, and now right at the cutting edge with AI and media advisory. We're talking CEO roles, major legal impacts, venture capital, deep ties in music, film, digital, and now AI, which is so critical today.
Okay, let's start digging into this track record.
Right, let's start at the beginning, the foundation. He's a Harvard Law grad. That right there tells you something about the level of analytical thinking, the rigor involved, definitely. And straight from there, he jumps into media, entertainment, and IP law. First at a big firm, Paul Hastings, then his own practice. And look, the clients Universal, McGraw-Hill, even Madonna, NWA. I mean, that's top-tier stuff right from the start.
It really is. And what's interesting, I think, is how that deep dive into the legal side of media probably gave him this unique perspective. It wasn't just knowing the law. It was seeing the business through that legal framework, understanding the risks, the opportunities in entertainment.
That makes a lot of sense. Because then he moves in-house, right? Legal and business affairs at New Line Cinema, Savoy Entertainment, and then Universal Studios. So he's broadening out from pure legal advice into, well, the strategy side of the business.
Exactly. At Universal, he became Senior VP of Business and Legal Affairs. And his scope, it just explodes. He's doing talent deals, distribution, licensing, but also these massive international joint ventures, like the $2 billion deal for Universal Studios Japan. Plus, he was involved in big M&A mergers and acquisitions, Universal Studios Spain, Wet and Wild. The scale of these deals so early in his career, it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah. When you think about handling that kind of money and complexity early on, you can see how that builds a foundation, right? Understanding value, risk, especially with creative content. It feels like the perfect launch pad for, well, what came next in the digital world.
And that brings us to what I find really fascinating is move into leadership at these pioneering media tech companies. He was COO of eNow, which AOL later bought. This was a real-time internet search company. We're talking early days of the internet here, really cutting-edge stuff. They even landed a big Series B funding round, which suggests investors really saw something there. What do you think made them attractive back then?
That's interesting. Maybe his legal background gave investors some confidence, navigating the tricky legal stuff around early internet content. Plus, maybe just a solid business plan that he, as COO, helped shape and sell.
Could be. Plausible. Then after he became president and COO at Music Match. Now, a lot of people will remember Music Match. It was basically the first big subscription on-demand music streaming service. So he was right there, changing how we all listen to music. Imagine negotiating those first big music licenses with labels major and indie. That must have been complex.
Yeah.
And it paid off Yahoo, bought them for $160 million.
Wow. Yeah, negotiating those initial music licenses, that's foundational work for the whole streaming industry we have today. It really shows his legal smarts, his business skills, but also the ability to blaze a trail where there wasn't one before.
For sure. Then he pops up as CEO of Sitespeed. They were known for having best-in-class video chat tech. Again, ahead of the curve on digital communication. He led them to get acquired by Logitech and landed distribution deals with Dell too. It seems like he had this pattern right. Spotting good tech, guiding it to a successful exit. What sort of common threads do you see running through these early tech leadership roles?
Well, it looks like a focus on identifying that core value for the tech or service, then building smart partnerships. And leading towards acquisition. It suggests he really understood the market, how to position a company, how to scale it.
Good point. And next up, president and CEO of Sorensen Media. They made video tech used by loads of Fortune 100 companies, partnering with Apple, Adobe, YouTube. I mean, that tells you their tech was serious and widely adopted. It just reinforces that he was operating at a really high level in tech, making key connections.
Okay, so we've seen this path through executive roles in these groundbreaking digital firms. But then his career seems to shift again, doesn't it? More into advising, investing, entrepreneurship. It feels like he's taking all that experience and applying it in different ways.
Yeah, this next phase really shows how interconnected media, tech, and finance are becoming. He co-founds Man Digital Media. They focused on consulting and venture capital, so he's using his digital know-how to guide other companies. And being a VC partner puts him right in the thick of identifying what's next.
And his current company, Creative Media, where he's founder and chairman, wow, it looks like a combination of everything he's done. Business development, AI, content licensing, very relevant right now, plus music and IPM&A, even legal services. The resume mentions over $4 billion in deal value across his career. That number is just staggering.
And what really jumps out at me about Creative Media is that strong focus on music and IP deals. Representing catalogs for artists like Devo, Boston, Prince, Sarah McLachlan, Sheila E., Air Supply. The list goes on. It shows deep, deep connections in the music world. It's like his early legal work and his later business strategy have come full circle. How do you think that legal background helps, specifically with these big music deals?
Well, I guess it gives him a really sharp eye for the details, right? The rights, the valuation, potential pitfalls. He can probably navigate those complexities in a way others maybe couldn't.
Makes total sense. And it's not just Creative Media. He co-founded Sam Creative Ventures, again focused on early-stage media and tech. They're involved with companies like 88 Rising. He's also on the board of Bulldog DM, a big live streaming agency, and he was a founding mentor for the Disney Accelerator. So he's engaged at multiple levels, investing, advising, mentoring. It shows a real grasp of the whole ecosystem.
It really does.
Yeah.
Operating at the big picture strategy level, but also down in the trenches, helping new companies grow.
And beyond the business side, there's this other dimension, giving back, thought leadership. He founded Creative University, or Creative U. It's described as a free entrepreneurial hub for young people. That's pretty cool. Trying to open doors for the next generation.
Yeah, that's a great way to leverage his experience. And then there's his writing and speaking. He's an expert commentator on AI, media, entertainment, tech, regular columns in their app, pieces in Variety, Forbes, TechCrunch, Billboard. Plus, he's written books. He's not just doing deals, he's shaping how we think about these industries.
Exactly. All that writing and speaking, it cements him as a key voice, an influencer, not just a player. And his podcasts, The Story Behind the Song and The Brain, they show his passion for both the creative side and the tech side, talking to really interesting people in both areas.
Which loops back nicely to his key skills listed. Creativity and innovation, consulting, media, and digital media. It all fits together, doesn't it? It paints a picture of someone who not only gets the present, but is always looking at what's coming next.
Right. His knack for spotting disruptive trends, plus that incredible network he seems to have built across AI, media, entertainment, tech. It's a potent combination. The resume even says he can reach just about anyone. That says a lot about his standing, his relationships.
So wrapping it all up, looking at his whole career, you see this incredible journey. From law to leading digital media pioneers, then into this really dynamic phase of advising, investing, building new things. He's consistently been right where the big shifts in media and tech were happening.
Yeah, the key themes are definitely innovation, deal-making, and connecting people and ideas. His path really highlights how valuable it is to be adaptable and to deeply understand how law, business, and creativity intersect, especially now.
This deep dive really makes you think, doesn't it, about what a career looks like in industries that change so fast. So, considering everything we've just gone through about Peter Kilisti's career, what skills, what experiences might be the most valuable for you to focus on to navigate the disruptions ahead? Especially with AI changing everything. It certainly seems like that mix of legal insight, business savvy, and a real feel for the creative industries is, well, pretty powerful, something to think about.